We're at our first Scotch whisky distillery today, Glenkinchie in the lowlands of Scotland in East Lothian. It's been open since 1837, a single malt distillery, and the students behind me are enjoying one of Glenkinchie's various expressions of Scotch whisky. Right now we're tasting the Glenkinchie 12-year-old, which is one of the classic malts of the lowlands. They're also a distiller edition Glenkinchie, but a wide range of Scotches from across Scotland, not just from the lowlands, but from Highland, Speyside, Islay and Campbelltown as well.
The flavour was really sweet, not too peaty, because it's really hard to find a really sweet whiskey like this.
Compared to all the peaty whiskey that we already tried, so I really liked it because of this light taste that is not quite easy to find in whiskey. But this one comes from lowland and it is quite characteristic of the area. So yeah, we enjoyed it.
So we've gone through the production of Scotch whisky today, from the barley to the yeast to the distilling to the maturation. Of course, that takes 3 years to become Scotch whisky. It's a long process, but it's worth it in the end.
92% of our production goes into blending. Most of our production goes into dimple, because the Hakes family used to own our distillery. Our blend is obviously a secret. We don't really know what's going into a blend. We know some of the whiskies, we know the age of the youngest one, we know usually the percentage of grain and malt whisky, but that's it.
Okay, so we've come from Glenkinchie Distillery in the Lowlands to North British Distillery here in Edinburgh. This is the industrial side of the Scotch whisky industry. It's a grain distillery making 25 million litres of spirit each year, and it's on a much bigger scale than the distillery in Glenkinchie or anything else we'll see. Unfortunately, because it's an industrial site, we can't film inside. All electronics are banned for safety reasons, but the students will get a special sense of how big the Scotch whisky industry is. Okay, so from the Glenkinchie distillery to North British in Edinburgh, we arrived here at the Kingsbarns distillery in the Kingdom of Fife. It's one of the dozen or so distilleries that has come into Scotch in the last few years. It doesn't have Scotch at the moment, it's making gin and it's got new make spirits, but I'm sure they have some Scotch for us to try.
Well, it's a new distillery, obviously. It gave the Weems family an opportunity to get into distilling their own whisky. They were an independent bottler since 2005. This is a fantastic opportunity to become one of the quality blenders and distillers of whisky in Scotland. Obviously, the revenues will be decided by the main board in Edinburgh, but revenue obviously is very keen, is a keen thing for the Weems family. We do gin. The Weems family have a winery in Provence. All these contribute to the larger picture.
We have visited Glengoyne, very good distillery. The owners are not from a group, so this is very good. Something new, fresh, not from a big group, so we felt something very natural, very specific of the terroir.
It was like a great experience for us. First of all, we visit the people directly, the distillery. We make some tasting. It was perfect, great experience, pretty cool.
Every guide was very motivated and energetic. I think France has a lot to learn about tourism, whiskey tourism, and how we can apply it to wine tourism back in our place. It was really good, and we're now stuck in Glasgow Airport.